Hello, welcome to Two Gun Pixie Presents Legendary Gaming. I'm your host, John Galvin. I don't understand that. What's up, nerds and nerdettes and we little nerdlings all? Your buddy Big Johnny G from Two Gun Pixie Presents Legendary Gaming is back again, my friends. You know, there's a lot of board gamers, reviewers that I really enjoy, but I gotta say one thing that I really see very few, almost none. I won't say none, but the percentage is so low, I really want to say none. There's almost no reviewers out there that really seem to have passion. You know, they all start off the same, just like I just showed you right there. Hi, welcome to my show. I have some thoughts I want to share with you, so thank you for joining in and subscribing. What? That shows no excitement. If you're really excited about these games, you got to show a little bit of passion about it. Anyway, welcome back. Midday Monologue is starting up again today on this Friday. It's a beautiful day here in New York City. It's cooler than usual, especially for the 1st of September. But you know what? I love this weather. So this, look at me. I'm out here in a t-shirt. I'm watching other people walking around in jackets. And anyway, I'm out here and I love it. So today, what are we talking about? Well, if you have seen the thumbnail, did you see the thumbnail? Then you know that this is about Board Game Radar. We all have a radar. Board gamers, we love looking at our radar list, seeing what's coming up. Oh, what's this here? Oh, this game's coming out, that game's coming out. We love it. We love keeping on top of these things, keeping track of these things. So I'm here today to give you a handful, 5, or should I say a handful? It's more like a fistful. You hear that? Yeah, that's how excited I am. So let me switch over here. I got some notes. I've been going through some games. Pardon me. I've been going through some games that are coming out, and I got 5. I got 5 here that I am really excited about. They're totally on my radar list for Two Gun Pixie. I just wanted to share them with you. You may have heard of some of these games, maybe you didn't, but I wanted to bring them to your attention because I think these are games that are definitely worth checking out, if not completely buying. All right. So let's start off. The first game I have on the list is by Everything Epic. Now, I've already played and I own one of their games and I love it, and that's called Secrets of the Lost Tomb. Sorry, I'm getting the two titles mixed up here. Secrets of the Lost Tomb, and I love that game. It is thematically fantastic. So they have a new game coming out. It's not a sequel, but it's in the same universe. It's the same theme, only instead of being like in the 1930s, 20s kind of style, this is set in the far future, and it's called Secrets of the Lost Station, as in space station. So it continues the whole quest where you're like archaeologists kind of thing, these Indiana Jones, Lara Croft, Tomb Raider types. And it also continues which Lost Tombs had, which was the concept that there's a lot of these evil things, these beings, many of which are very Lovecraftian, quite Cthulhian, if I might add. And it continues that with their space game. So Cthulhu meets sci-fi, hardcore sci-fi, not, casual science fiction. And I'm very excited about the two themes, meshing up. I love it when genres mix up. I really do. Let me see, the mechanics of it look thematically beautiful, and just like Secrets of the Lost Tomb, it continues with a storyline as you're playing the cards, depending on which mission you're doing, depending on which elder creature type monster is the main bad guy. There's going to be different storylines, so each one is going to be unique and feel different than the last one you played, and that's always exciting, always makes the replayability even better, something like that comes along. Now, I took a look, go online, check this out, because the minis look freaking amazing, and as I've said before, I'm not a painter, I'm horrible at painting minis, but I know a lot of people out there, especially a lot of people watching this, like Eric, from Conditioned Nerd. If you're watching this, I know that these are minis you're gonna love. Anyone that paints minis is gonna love these minis. They're beautiful. The whole story-driven exploration style game, it really makes the game pop. Whenever a board game decides to delve into that system. It really, really makes the board game pop. So I'm really looking forward to that. It's listed as a 1 to 6 player game that should go for 60 to 240 minutes. Of course, you might want to add another 60 minutes on that for your first gameplay, obviously. So that is Secrets of the Lost Station by Everything Epic. Check this game out. Definitely. It's on Kickstarter now, or the Kickstarter just ended. I'm not sure if it just ended now or not, or if it's still going on. But definitely go check it out. You're going to like seeing this game. Okay, another game by a company I hadn't heard before. I definitely don't have any of their games in my collection, and that's a company called ABBA, and they have a game coming out, and they've been hyping this game for over a year now, called Justice League Dawn of Heroes. And it's a miniature game. It's a co-op team game where one team is going to be playing the Justice League and the other side is going to be playing the Legion of Doom. I don't know if they call them the Legion of Doom in the game, but let's face it, that's what they are. You can play as Superman, as Batman, as Wonder Woman, Flash, Aquaman, Green Lantern. Are the playable characters in the base game. I'm calling it the base game because I'm assuming that a game like this is probably going to be having a lot of expansions with new people to play, new heroes and villains. It's a modular board, and I like modular boards because it does help keep it fresh. Every time you're going to be playing a game, the board's going to be looking different ways to go, different areas to go, different ways to get to those areas. It definitely changes things up, and I'm a big fan of that, so I'm looking forward to that. Another thing I really, really thought was very interesting about this game is the way they handle powers. The way they handle powers in this game is different for each character, allegedly. I was reading that for Batman, you're going to be getting a deck of cards, which is going to be simulating his utility belt. Well, on the other hand, if you're playing Superman, you're going to be having a load of dice, which will be representing his powers. And Flash, I was reading, uses a point system. You can do all these different things, but you only have a certain amount of points per turn, and you can do as many of them as you want. So, I mean, that looks really, really interesting. Very heavy. Totally looking forward to this game. I think everyone out there that's even a casual fan of superheroes should check this game out. And just remember, there's not a lot of great superhero games out there. That theme is barely touched upon. So anything that has superheroes in it, I'm always willing to take a look at right away. And this game is like, this is the number one superhero game on my list now that I'm watching. So you might want to check that out. Justice League Dawn of Heroes. Okay, now the next three. Now I am a gigantically huge fan of the entire universe. The entire, was it 54-year history now of Doctor Who. Yes, I love the old Who. I love the new Who. Love the old Who a little bit more. My 4 top favorite Doctors are all the first 4 Doctors, though not necessarily in that order. But I love it, and I've casually looked at games based on Doctor Who franchise over the years, and I've been completely unimpressed with them. I have one in my collection, and that's Doctor Who Clue, only because I didn't have a Clue game, and a friend of mine decided to get it for me because they knew I didn't have a Clue game, and they know I like Doctor Who, and it's not bad for a Clue game. It's not bad, but it does very little to really capture the feeling of Doctor Who. So Doctor Who in the Time of the Daleks by Gale Force 9. We're looking at a 2 to 4 player game here. They haven't listed how long the game is going to take, so just for assumptions, let's assume between 1 to 2 hours, depending on how many players you have. But that's just a guess on my part. Now it's a semi-cooperative game because everybody is facing off against the Daleks. The Daleks are trying to wipe out Doctor Who throughout all of time and history, which is why every single Doctor is represented in this game, from Hartnell to Capaldi. All the current Doctors. I know we're getting into after Christmas, the next season of Doctor Who. There's going to be a new Doctor. I can't think of the actress's name. I know she was from Broadchurch. She's obviously not incorporated in it because we don't know anything about her. But all the other Doctors, all 14 of them, yes, 14 because I am counting Tennant twice, just as Matt Smith did in his last episode. So all 14 of the Doctors are represented in this game. It has a really cool mechanism where wait a second. Besides the Doctors, their companions are also in their games. And if you have the right companion for the right Doctor, you're going to get extra bonuses. So that's definitely cool. But what I was about to say, which I think is even cooler, is the mechanism of dying. Oh, dying sucks in a game. You hate dying in a game. So it usually means you're out of the game. Not in this one. No. Because what is Doctor Who about? Doctor Who is about change. It's about renewal, as he called it the first time. Regeneration, as it's known now. And if you die in the game, then you take your doctor and you hand it over to the next player, and then you take the other players. So it's going all the way around, but you don't change the companions. Very interesting. So I'm totally psyched for this game, Doctor Who and the Time of the Daleks. So that's why it's definitely on my immediate top 5 radar. There's another game by Greater Than Games. I'm a huge fan of Greater Than Games. I just got their Fate of the Elder Gods, which I kickstarted. It's a great game. I'm a huge fan. Sentinels of the Multiverse is like my favorite board game. My favorite game to play. Anyone wants to play a game and they say, let's play Sentinels of the Multiverse, boom, here we go. I got the boxes, I got the cards, let's play. So I'm really looking forward to seeing what they do with Legend of Sleepy Hollow. I'm a big fan of the Sleepy Hollow legend. You know, growing up in New York City, I'm right next to Tarrytown. So I've grown up hearing these stories. I remember the Disney cartoon when I was a kid. I was a huge fan of the first couple of seasons of the TV show anyway. The last season we're not even going to bother talking about. Doesn't happen, doesn't exist. So I was a little excited when I found out that they were coming out with this game. It's going to be a co-op game. Ichabod Crane has gone missing and you're playing different people in Tarrytown that are getting together to try to find him and find out what's going on and what evil is lurking in the land. Now what I like about this is they're taking it along a path kind of like Mice and Mystics, that it's a very deep blend of both role-playing / storytelling as well as board game playing. So I like that mix. It's very cool. It makes the game that much deeper. So thank you guys for making the game that way. Oh, by the way, it's a 1 to 4 player game. They say it should take between 30 minutes and 120 minutes depending on how many players you have and what the experience level with that game actually is. And it basically uses an action point system for movement, for investigation, for interaction. So I like that. It's not a bad way to do a system. You know, a lot better than roll and move. I mean, come on, I'm not 8 years old anymore. You know. So now the last game on the list is even though it's the last, it's probably the game I'm most excited about. That's because it deals with a movie franchise that is one of my favorite movies of all time, starring one of my favorite actors of all time. In fact, I just pre-ordered another game about one of my favorite movies starring this same actor. So I don't know, but that makes me kind of a little bit more excited even. But the game I'm talking about right now, is The Thing, Infection at Outpost 31, and that's going to be released by Mondo Games, and this has a huge hype about it right now. It's a hidden role, hidden identity hidden motive game, so nobody knows who's infected and who isn't infected. It's a paranoid survival game, and it's based on, you know, John Carpenter's 1982 classic, The Thing, which was a remake of an earlier 50s film, which I saw as a kid, and it didn't really scare me. And then when I saw the remake of it and what they did with it, what John Carpenter did, you know, I went into the movie thinking to myself, the original wasn't that bad. Wow! Oh, if you have not seen John Carpenter's The Thing, go out now. Stop working, drop your kids, drop your dog leashes, whatever you're doing right now, stop and go check this movie out. This game is going to be kick-ass. John Carpenter's version of The Thing definitely was a bit of an homage to H.P. Lovecraft in a very, very deep way. Not as much as In the Mouth of Madness was, which I also think would make a very excellent game. But it is. It's a love letter to Lovecraft. And I'm a huge fan of that. And I think that this game, because of the hidden role, hidden identity motive thing, may help capture some of the Cthulhian feel better than most board games actually do. So that's a 4 to 8 player game, and it looks like it's going to be taking about 60 to 120 minutes. So those are my 5. That is my fistful of game radar right now. You love board games? Well, if you didn't love board games, then why would you be watching this? For me? Thanks. But no, really, you like board games, you got to go check these out. So they were Secrets of the Lost Station by Everything Epic, Justice League Dawn of Heroes by ABBA Games, Doctor Who and the Time of the Daleks by Gale Force 9. Legend of Sleepy Hollow by Greater Than Games. Actually, I think it's by one of their imprints, Dice Hate Me Games. But it's still overall owned, same company, Greater Than Games. And then finally, The Thing, Infection at Outpost 31 by Mondo. So these are 5 games that I think are looking very excellent. They're looking totally worthwhile to check out. So go to their websites, go to the Kickstarter page, go check these games out. They have listings on Board Game Geek for more information on them. Go check them out, and let me know what's on your radar. What games are you looking forward to? Put them down in the comments section. Let us see what it is. We'll talk about it. Maybe there's a game that you're excited about that I might have missed completely, and thanks to you telling me about it, I'm gonna be like, whoa, I gotta put that on my next list. So anyway, don't forget to subscribe, because we love having you guys come back. I see that this subscription has been going up and up and up the last couple of weeks again. We've had another big boost, so thank you all for subscribing. Thank you for sharing these videos. I've noticed a couple of them got shared. Thank you so much for not forgetting to do that. Leave a comment. Check us out on Facebook. We're on Twitter. We're on Instagram. We even have a Zazzle store. If you go to Zazzle, or you just do a Google search for Two Gun Pixie Zazzle, you're gonna find a bunch of cool shirts, kind of like this one I'm wearing right now, which is our own design. And check them out. So anyway, I'm your buddy, Big Johnny G, for Two Gun Pixie Presents Legendary Gaming, and my friends, as you know, I am out of here.